Welcome back. This is episode 9 of Let's Talk About Funko. I'm your host, Reggie.
I'm your host, Mario.
And we have 2 guests here.
Hi, I'm Artlee Vasquez.
I'm Tony Vasquez.
And you're from?
NRG Comics.
So, as you see, we have some lovely pops over here. NRG Comics, obviously, is not just about Funko Pops. They do comic books. They do probably other stuff. I'm not sure.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can talk about that easily. So, yeah, let's talk about NRG Comics itself. How long you guys been doing that?
So we've actually been an official business almost a year now. So
Congrats.
yeah,
Congrats.
thank you. But collecting wise, in general, I think we've been doing it since we were kids.
Yeah, I started my comic book collection from my father. He started me off.
Wow.
And I was 5 years old when I got my first comic.
Oh, what,
my
you remember?
my first comic was a Richie Rich comic.
Richie Rich comic, yes.
Yeah, so at the time I was a kid. I didn't know much about the superhero stuff like that. But then later on, while I progressed into comics, I started getting into the superhero genres. I started collecting Superman, Spider-Man, X-Men was a big one for me. Fantastic Four was huge for me. And then I just gradually went on from there, all through my elementary, junior high school. And then high school, when I got into high school, there was a comic book shop not too far from the school that I would go every single day.
That was the good old days when
Yeah.
comic book shops were
Right,
almost
literally.
every 10 blocks away from each other. And
Pretty much.
now it's nowhere.
Everything's online.
Everything's online now, but I would go there every single day, and I would pick up comics. And this was when the boom of Image comic books came out.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So the 90s pretty
the
much,
90s,
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
The 90s was basically, our era of really collecting comics. That was my love of X-Men.
Yes,
Jim Lee
X-Men, yeah.
and all this Image Comics is the best.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mine was Todd McFarlane when he was
oh
doing
my
the
God.
Spider-Man
Oh, yeah.
runs.
Spider-Man is beautiful.
Yeah.
No one's done better than he has.
Yes,
It's-
absolutely.
And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been collecting Funko?
So we actually started collecting Funko Pops back in 2015. If
Okay.
you guys see, the 2-pack is actually my very first Funko Pop
Yeah.
that I got at a
From
convention.
Asia, Pop Asia. Oh.
Yes,
Pop
that
Asia,
I
yeah.
actually got in a convention when we just moved to New Jersey. I was literally just kind of looking around, seeing what I liked. I wasn't really into it just then, but then I saw that 2-pack, and when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, that's from Kim of the White Lion. I have to have it.
Oh, okay.
So I had to talk the guy down to get it, but dang it, I got my 2-pack, and that started a very fun obsession.
Very, very fun.
Kim of the White Lion. Why does that sound familiar?
That was based. That was the Japanese original Japanese story arc for Lion
Lion
King.
King.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what all
And
this
Lion King's right now is blowing up. So.
Exactly.
It's like, and what about you?
My first, well, she was collecting the pops. I wasn't really into them. I was saying, these are so ridiculous. I mean, look at the face.
That's what I was. He was collecting pops, and I was like, "Oh my God,
It's
big
so
ass
dumb.
heads!
Look at this
Look at
thing.
how
Come
stupid
on,
these
man."
things are."
So so my first pop, which we didn't bring, was Space Ghost.
Oh wow!
So I bought the Space Ghost, the regular Space Ghost, and I said, "Oh, all right, this is cool. I'll take it." And then I started seeing all the other superhero ones. Oh, shit. I started grabbing those. Then I started getting like some horror ones or some really, really cool, out of the world ones because I kind of like the weird looking pops.
Okay.
And I started getting those, and then I just like kept on, and then like the conventions that we would go to, they would have the actors who portrayed the characters from the shows and everything, and I said, "Oh, well, let's get this signed." So we got this signed, and I said, "Oh, let's get this one signed."
Yeah.
And so that became an addiction. So now we're at like how many pops?
We're, I think, at almost 553, if I'm not
pops,
mistaken.
yeah, which took up our entire living room.
That's
wall.
together?
That's
Yeah,
total. So
How many signatures?
20, I think. No,
possibly
about 20 or 15. 15.
15
Oh,
to 20
I
roughly.
think more. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, because
I'm catching up.
Yeah, he's kinda.
Yeah.
we had to pull these from what we call Mount Popmore.
Pop-
It's
Okay.
literally just a mountain of
Mount
pops.
Pop.
I've seen people with their attics. I've
Yeah.
seen people are scared to see basements.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
If you have a house,
Yeah.
because that could get flooded or anything. But attics, maybe a little bit more secure.
The attics would you
Yeah,
gotta
the
be
moisture.
careful too. The
Yeah,
moisture
yeah.
and the mold. yeah.
So-
A friend, Mooncat, says she has like over what 1,500. She said.
Wow.
Yeah, 1,700 or so. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and that's
that-
not including her husband's.
Her husband, I'm like, Jesus. And she said she has from original Funko all the
Yeah.
way up. I'm like, Jesus.
Keith
Wait.
has actually
Yeah,
some.
Keith,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keith has a lot of.
But no, I really do appreciate that y'all bringing this as gifts for us.
Yeah, okay.
You can have an image of having it. but
The
not-
image of
Just
having
remember
it.
of having
everything
it.
here.
Anything's for sale?
Exactly. No.
No.
Oh, that's their
These-
collection.
These
Yeah,
are
these
these are
are
the
the personal
personals.
ones,
The ones we
yes.
have for sale will probably be on our Instagram page or
Yes.
something.
Okay, okay.